Hi and welcome everyone to another video on this channel. Today we're gonna take a look at some of the best players to buy for the future gamings. We're gonna have a discussion about the captaincy for gaming 32 and if you should use your triple captain or your other chips. And as usual, if you enjoy this type of content, please consider leaving a like and subscribe to this channel. But now let's get into it. Okay, so as you can see from the screen, firstly I just wanted to take a look at some of the best attacking players to target for the future gamings. Now, before starting my video, I just wanted to remind you that maybe it's not the best decision for you to make a transfer right now. Maybe you want to delay the transfer till gaming 32 because we know that we have a big double gaming to go, and maybe you just want to delay your transfers till that. But today I just wanted to see which are the best players to target for the near fixtures and also for till the end of the season basically. Now obviously it's really dependent on your team strategy. Maybe you want to bench boost in gaming 32. In that case you have some good players to pick from this list. Maybe you want to bench boost in gaming 33. Maybe you don't even have any chips left. So I just hope that this video is gonna help you a little bit. Now in the first part of my video here, you're not gonna see the most popular players. I have also captaincy section, but we're gonna talk a little bit about that later, and there you're gonna see the best players basically for gaming 32, which everyone is gonna want to have. Now I made a big list here. You're not gonna see all the good players on this list, but yeah, I didn't have enough space to do that. Obviously, here you're gonna see the expected goals for these players in the last 10 gamings. I think that's a reasonable amount of games to judge a player, because obviously I could have just put here the expected goals for every player this season, but I just think that we need to take a look more into the near present. And yeah, here you're gonna see also the expected assist, the points predicted for these players from gaming 32 to gaming 38, so basically till the end of the season, and also the fixture difficulty rating for the attacking players on this list. Now we're gonna talk about a lot of things in this video because obviously I couldn't include all the good players here. Now if we start with the first one, as you can see, Anthony Gordon, now it's a big question mark obviously on his head because it's still early. I record this video on Wednesday, so Aston Villa also are gonna play in the UEFA Champions League tonight, so we need to see how the starting lineup is gonna look like. But yeah, we need to see also the press conferences, and at the moment about Gordon we know basically nothing. So yeah, it's hard to buy him, to justify buying him at the moment. But if Eddie Howe is gonna say that Murphy is gonna be fit, basically I just think that he's gonna be a great option for double gaming 32. If you didn't wildcard in gaming 30 or 31 and maybe you don't have three Newcastle players, he could be a nice differential for you. Now about other Newcastle players, I can say also Harvey Barnes could be a good option. It really depends on the press conference. Again, sorry to bother you, but if Gordon, let's say, is gonna be out for the next 2 or 3 gamings, then Harvey Barnes basically becomes a really good option for double gaming 33, and obviously he's gonna be a better option than Gordon. But yeah, and also Murphy, which is a little bit more popular, he's a great option again. But as you can see, the stats for Anthony Gordon are not amazing. Obviously, he was banned and then injured, so he didn't really play in the last 10 games. But still, he's predicted to score a lot of points till the end of the season. But basically, that's if he's gonna start all the games, and these statistics are made per 90 minutes. So Gordon is not really a player who's getting 90 minutes every game week, right? So yeah, next let's move to some of the Arsenal players. As you can see from this list, Odegaard, Martinelli, Merino. Now Arsenal just beat Real Madrid 3-0 in the Champions League last game week, and as you may know, it's probably it's gonna be some rotation against Brentford in game week 32. That's why I said before maybe try to hold your transfers till game week 33 because it's really important to get as much information as possible. Let's see who's gonna play against Brentford. Let's see who's gonna play in the second leg against Real Madrid. If any injuries are gonna occur, yeah, it's really important to get that information. But at the moment, obviously, it really depends if you prefer double Arsenal defense or double Arsenal attack. Personally, I don't think that's a big difference, but I prefer double Arsenal defense at the moment. We just saw yesterday they kept a clean sheet against Real Madrid, so that's not an easy task to do. And I still think that even without Gabriel, Arsenal are one of the best defenses in the world football at the moment. So yeah, but if you want to look at some differentials, if you want to attack those game weeks, yeah, you could look at some options in attack. Now Merino is the obvious one. His statistics are not amazing, but are not bad either. He's a cheap midfielder. He mostly plays as a number 9. Now we don't know with any Arsenal players how many minutes are gonna get against Brentford. But yeah, Merino could be a nice shout. The fixtures for Arsenal are good pretty much till the end of the season. Obviously, they have a double game week in game week 33 against Crystal Palace and Ipswich, so that's really nice. Odegaard is someone I would look to if I was to buy an attacking midfielder from Arsenal, but again, his price is 8.2 million, so he's a little bit expensive. If you don't, if you can't afford him, Martinelli should be a great option. Now, obviously, we saw these guys start. They started against Real Madrid, and I think that's maybe the starting lineup we need to trust Arteta is gonna use till the end of the season. Obviously, there are gonna be some changes, but obviously he played his best 11, and Martinelli, Odegaard, Merino, Kivior, they were in it. Now, yeah, if we go to other players, João Pedro, Mitoma from Brighton, the fixtures are great short term for Brighton. As you can see, the statistics of João Pedro and Mitoma are pretty decent at the moment. They are cheap players, and also if you want to bench boost in Gaming 32, Brighton assets could be a great option for you if you have some transfers to spare. Now, obviously, there's a big problem with João Pedro. He was benched last gaming, so we don't know 100% that João Pedro is gonna start. Now, if I was to predict at the moment, I think that João Pedro is gonna start against Leicester Wait, but the real truth is that we can't guarantee it. And yeah, but if you wanna take a punt, if you wanna go a little bit different, I think that he could be great values at that price and also on penalties. The same goes with Mitoma. Great player. The fixtures are good short term, but then you need to have a plan on what are you gonna do with them because at the end of the season the fixtures get a little bit tougher for Brighton. Now the other team we need a little bit of discussion is obviously Aston Villa. Here with Watkins, Rogers, obviously there are a lot more players to target from Aston Villa like Asensio, Rashford, but it really depends on who's gonna start against the PSG tonight. So obviously you can't just guarantee that. Let's say Asensio is not gonna start against PSG, he's gonna start against Southampton. So you can't really predict things like that, but that would give us a little bit of help in terms of which players to pick. Now, obviously, I would wait on Aston Villa players till game week 33 to transfer them in. I know that they're gonna play against Southampton, and that's the best fixture you can get from Aston Villa, but you just don't know who's gonna play. Rogers, it looks like he has the best chances to play, but honestly, I wouldn't have high hopes about Rogers starting against Southampton because I just think that at some point Rogers needs to be rested also. So yeah, it could be in this game. Now again, the same about Watkins. I would advise you to try to delay your transfers till game week 33 maybe and get more information about which players are the best from Aston Villa. Rashford again could be a nice punt, but yeah, if I was to pick at the moment a midfielder from Aston Villa, it would be Rogers, 90%. I think he's also the cheapest midfielder from Aston Villa, and that's not just because he scored really good points in the last two games. My opinion hasn't changed. I still think that he's the safest option. He's the cheapest one, and at some point he's gonna step up and get you good returns. But yeah, obviously Asensio, Rashford, they have maybe a little bit higher upside if you could get the minutes right, and yeah, if they are gonna start those games. Now, another player here is obviously someone like Cunha. Again, he was banned for a lot of games, and who knows if he's gonna get another ban in the near future. But now, truthfully speaking, I think that he's a great player. He was great, a great FPL asset for us this season. uh, Now, yeah, I'm just not saying that you should buy him right now ahead of double gaming 33 or something like that. But the fixture for Wolves, as you can see, are very good, are the best on this list till the end of the season, and he's predicted to score the most points out of all the players on this list. So yeah, also his statistics are really good. He has expected goals, he has also assist threat. So I think that he's a great option. He's on penalties. Now we need to see. I just don't think that you should buy Cunha at the moment. But yeah, now let's see some of the best defenders to target for the next game weeks. So next up, we have some of the best defenders to target for the next game weeks. Now, as I said before, it really depends on your chip strategy. If you're bench boosting 32, obviously you're gonna buy some players from Nottingham Forest, from Aston Villa, maybe from West Ham, from Brighton. If you're gonna bench 33, yeah, you're gonna just buy players who double that week. And if you don't have any chips available, you just need to buy the players who have overall the best fixtures till the end of the season. Now, it really depends um, about a lot of things. But firstly, let's start with the obvious ones. Guardiola, as you can see from Manchester City. Now, he has a little bit attacking threat. As you may know, on this list, Munoz is the most attacking defender. No surprises here. If we here on this list, we have also the X GI of the defender, so the goal involvement, and also the expected goal conceded. And as you can see, the lower the value, the better the defense, and that really depends on also on the team they are playing, right? So as you can see here, the best defenses in the last 10 games, maybe surprise for some. Liverpool 0.77, Crystal Palace are currently in the last 10 games a better defense than Manchester City, and also Arsenal, as we no, they are a really great defense. But with Guardiola, I just think that with City, as you can see from the fixture difficulty rating, they are the best. They have the best route uh, for the fixtures till the end of the season, considering the defensive fixtures, right? So they have the higher chances of getting some clean sheets till the end of the season. Now, obviously, he is not a cheap defender, Guardiola. He's 6.1, but I think that even that City were not the best defense this season. They are getting a little bit better. They are fighting for that top four spot, and Guardiola, yeah, if he's not gonna play a center back, he's gonna have more attacking threat. Obviously, in the last two games now he played as a center half. But what I really like about Guardiola, he is really good for bonus points. So another thing to take into consideration, if Manchester City are gonna keep a clean sheet, Guardiola most likely is gonna get 2 or 3 bonus points. So that was the case in the last game week also. Now, if we're talking about other Man City defenders, I just don't think that it's worth it. Obviously, you could go cheaper for someone like Lewis, someone like Kusanov, but again, he didn't really play. in the last game weeks. They just Pep Guardiola said that they managed his fitness because Kusanov played a lot of games in the recent weeks. But at the moment, the most nailed defender from Manchester City is Guardiola. And I think that if you want more players from Manchester City for the double game week, you should look maybe at some attacking players. Obviously, that they didn't come without any risk either. But yeah, now if we're talking about Crystal Palace, yeah, the obvious one is Munoz, maybe the best defender in the game at the moment. He's the most attacking defender in the game. So really, I don't really need to say to you this because you know. Now, the fixtures are not great for clean sheets for Crystal Palace, but yeah, as I said before, Munoz has the chances to score goals, to assist, and I think that if you have him, obviously you're gonna keep him. If you don't, you need to decide if you want triple attack Crystal Palace or if you want a defender, because I just don't think that at the moment you don't need to buy someone like Henderson or Mitchell or other defenders from Palace because Munoz is just the one. Now with Newcastle, I know I talked a lot about these players in the last game weeks, but obviously not all the people wildcarded in game week 30 and 31, and maybe you have just two players from Newcastle, maybe two from Crystal Palace, maybe you want to add another one. So maybe this video helps a little bit about which players to choose. Maybe you want to choose between Livramento and Burn, and you don't really know which way to go. And also, please let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed this type of content. I just tried to make these lists and graphics, but please let me know if you like this format, you want to see it more on this channel, you want to make this format a weekly thing. And yeah, thanks again for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Yeah, at the moment, between Livramento and Burn, obviously Livramento just got an assist and two bonus points. So yeah, maybe you're just thinking you just need to go with Livramento, and maybe I agree at the moment. I don't think that it's so much between them now. Obviously, Livramento is a little bit has a little bit more attacking threat, as you can see, 0.16, and Burn 0.04. So yeah, but the thing is, from set pieces, if Newcastle are gonna get some set pieces, Burn is obviously a bigger attacking threat than Livramento, literally. Now, yeah, at the moment, if you have the cash, I would just go for Livramento. Burn is not gonna get suspended anymore, so he got through those yellow cards. He's gonna play in the double. I think that both are great options. Uh, and yeah, maybe Livramento at the moment probably is the better pick. You could go for someone like Trippier if you want, but honestly, I just wouldn't do that. There are some injury concerns also about Trippier. He could be rested, let's say, for an example, in one game of the double gaming. And if you're gonna pay that much money on a defender, I just wouldn't risk any minutes reduced from Trippier. And yeah, also you could look to someone like Pope in goal if you want, but I just think that yeah, if you don't have a defender from Palace, from Newcastle, sorry, you just go for Livramento at the moment. Now, Aston Villa with the best fixture this game week alongside Brighton. Uh, the defenders from Aston Villa, I wouldn't go. I'm just gonna say it. I wouldn't go for someone like Digne. I saw him in a lot of teams, but I just think that you don't really need to take that risk because yeah, Dini obviously is a more attacking player than Konsa. As you can see, he has 0.01 expected goal involvements in the last 10 games, so that's really bad. And at the same price, you could get someone like Digne, but I just wouldn't do that because Digne is obviously not as nailed as someone like Konsa. At that price, honestly, 4.4, I would just buy Konsa. If you have Martinez already, I would just try to buy two attacking players from Aston Villa. So I wouldn't double up on that defense Aston Villa. Although I think that they are not that bad of a defensive team that maybe some people are trying it to be. But to be real, in the last 10 games, the statistics are not great. So 1.6 expected goal conceded. Yeah, it's just not great for Aston Villa. Now, with Arsenal, the same. In this list, you're gonna see just Saliba because I think that he's the safest option. I know that he's obviously the most expensive one. Now, at the moment, against Real Madrid, Kivior played a big part, and I think that he's gonna be the pairing CB alongside Saliba until the end of the season. But obviously, you're just not gonna know. Uh, you're not gonna be um, safe with Kivior than Saliba, so that's why he's not on this list. But I think that at that price point, he could be a great option. And yeah, I just want to see who's gonna start for Arsenal in Game Week 32 and then assess which defender to buy. Obviously, Timber is another one, but he's not immune to rotation. We saw that he has also some injury problems sometimes, so he's prone to injuries. And yeah, pretty much these are the defenders. I wouldn't go for Lewis Kelly from Arsenal. Now, it really depends. If you want to bench boost in Gaming 32, as I said before, you could look to someone like Nico Williams or let's say Milenkovic from Nottingham Forest. As you can see, the fixtures are great pretty much till the end of the season for Nottingham Forest. So maybe at some point they are gonna came back into our teams. But at the moment, if you want a bench boost, a 4.4 million defender Nico Williams with some attacking threat, as you can see 0.15, I think that he could be a great option. But as you can see in the last game weeks, Nottingham Forest didn't kept many clean sheets. But yeah, also Wan Bissaka could be a great option, 4.5 millions. He is not really an attacking defender. You could look to someone like Kilman also from West Ham if you want a bench boost. And also on this list, the best defense according to data. I know that sounds a little bit funny. Liverpool. Obviously, if you want to go safe again, you just go with someone like Van Dijk. I wouldn't go for Robertson. I wouldn't go for maybe Bradley could become an option if Trent Alexander is gonna be out for a long period of time. Bradley could be a nice option, but again, you have that risk of rotation with Kwanzaa. Maybe Gomez is gonna be back in training sooner or later. And at the moment, I have also Konate in my team. So at that price, 5.3 millions, I think that's a great price for a defender from Liverpool. I know that they dropped off a little bit the levels. They are not defending the same they did in the start of the season. But again, if you want a bench boost, Game Week 33 this time, Liverpool are gonna play against Leicester, so that's another thing to take into consideration. And also, maybe you just don't want to go for a defender from Crystal Palace. Maybe you think that they are not gonna keep any clean sheet. Maybe you think that they are gonna concede 3 or 4 goals every game week. Maybe you just want to take a defender till the end of the season. You know he's gonna play and have good fixtures. Now, obviously, with Konate, there is also always that risk that he's gonna get injured, but hopefully he's gonna be okay in the future. So yeah, pretty much I think that we covered the defenders. Now, in the next game weeks, we're gonna see which are the best defenders to go after the double gaming, because obviously these statistics are influenced a lot about because of the double gaming. Let's say someone like Saliba, it's he's projected to have 31 points till the end of the season, but obviously that takes into consideration the double game mix. And let's say someone like Konsa is just gonna have one game against Southampton, so obviously after the double game mix we're gonna have a clear image of which players are gonna be best bets till the end of the season. But now let's talk a little bit about the captaincy. All right, so in the last part of my video I just wanted to go through the best captaincy options for Game Week 32, And since it's a double gamic, I assume that maybe you want to captain a double gamic player. If it's not clear already, I have a good opinion on who's the best captaincy option for Gamic 32. But obviously, you can play this game differently. Maybe you're chasing rank, maybe you want to save your rank, maybe you just don't want to captain a double gamic player, maybe you just think that Mateta has really bad fixtures, and maybe you prefer someone like Palmer or Mohamed Salah. So yeah, I put them on this list. Now, my advice would be to try to captain a player who has a double gamic, and that's also because we have pretty much good players who are in this double gamic. So let's say we don't have someone like I don't know, someone like Suchek from West Ham 2 seasons ago who has a double gamic. So you don't need to choose from players like that. I'm not saying that Suchek is a bad player. He was great some seasons ago, but you get what I'm trying to say. We have players like Isak, Mateta, Eze, Sar who have double gaming. So I think that the best opportunity for you is to try to get captain a player who has two fixtures and who's gonna get close to 90 minutes every game week. I think that you should do that. Now, firstly, I'm just gonna say it. My captain is gonna be Alexander Isak for this game week, and he's gonna be probably my triple captain. If we were to talk a little bit about the chips, um, you don't need to use your triple captain in gaming 32 if you don't want to. You could save it for later. You can use your triple captain in gaming 33 on someone like Saka and Marmoush. I think that Saka maybe is gonna be the best option. I even think that Saka is it's a better pick for the captaincy than Alexander Isak in gaming 32. But currently for my team also is I'm gonna use my bench boost in gaming 33. So yeah, I'm gonna just captain Alexander Isak. Now, maybe we're gonna have more double gamics in gaming 35, 36, but the thing is, that's not a guaranteed, so you don't know if you're gonna get another double gaming this season. That's the real truth. So why not just captain and use your triple captain in gaming 32 on someone like Alexander Isak against Man United at home and Crystal Palace at home? As you can see, the fixtures are great now. Obviously, are not the easiest fixture. It's not like Leicester and Ipswich at home. It's Man United still and Crystal Palace. It's not gonna be that easy, but it's two fixtures at home for one of the best players this season in the Premier League. Now, yeah, he's my preferred option. Again, I don't want to convince anyone to captain Alexander Isak. Obviously, a lot of people are gonna do that, but if you want to go a little bit different, you have other options too. As you can see here, if you're looking at stats in the last 10 game weeks, Mateta has better XG and better XA than someone like Isak. So if you want to go there, he could be a great option. Now, obviously, the fixtures are not that good against Man City away and Newcastle away. Both defenses are not world class at the moment, Manchester City and Newcastle, but still it's two away games and it's not going to be easy for Mateta. Now, the good news for Mateta is that someone like Nketiah just got a red card, so his minutes are going to go up a little bit, but also it really depends if he's 100% fit to do that. Also, I think that he is gonna be a great differential if you want to captain someone like Mateta. If you want to pick between someone like Eze and Sar, I would go personally for Sar because I just think that he's not that high on in the top rankings. And obviously, if you're looking here, the statistics for someone like Ismail Assar are really good at the moment. 0.43 expected goals and 0.14 expected assists. So if you're thinking still about selling Sar to someone like Eze, I wouldn't do that because I just don't think that's worth it. Yeah, Eze scored maybe scored more points in the last game week than Sar in the last two game weeks, but still that's not That's not meaning you should just sell Sar. He's still a great player. He's cheaper. He's great value at that price. So yeah, if you want to double up, that's another discussion. I think that they are great. And yeah, now with Isak, obviously, I understand that a lot of people are maybe put off of captaincy or maybe activating the triple captainship because he was flagged before playing Leicester. But the thing is, he started and he played something like 70 minutes, and he was just took off to get a rest because Newcastle were winning 3-0 against Leicester, so there was no way that Newcastle weren't winning that game. So yeah, they also made other substitutions before taking off Isak, and maybe a little bit unlucky for those who captain him. He wasn't great in that game in particular, but it just happened. Uh, that just happens when a player plays even the weaker sides. He can blank, so we know that it's football, but I just wouldn't let that put you off using your triple captainship on Isak. I still think that he's great. Nothing changed. He's still almost chasing that golden boot with Mohamed Salah, so he was a great player this season. He's on penalties. He's a number 9. He's amazing. So I think that he's the best option now. Again, if you really don't want to captain a double gaming player, yes, you can go for someone like Palmer on Mohamed Salah. Now, with someone like Palmer, I would be maybe worried a little bit because on paper he has the best fixture on this list against Ipswich at home, but he was just benched in the last gaming, so that's the problem with Palmer. I don't really know if he's gonna start, how many minutes he's gonna get. I think that Palmer could be a great option if he's gonna play 90 minutes or closer at least to 90 minutes. He's also a big differential at the moment. Like like you're not gonna get a Cole Palmer differential so many times in a season. So he was pretty much really highly owned in at the start of the season. But at the moment, a lot of people just transfer him out for Bukayo Saka, and that's understandable. So yeah, he could be a great differential, but honestly, I just wouldn't captain someone like Palmer. Honestly, if you really want to do that and go really, really, really different, you can do that obviously. And the last one is Mohamed Salah. I know everybody's thinking why you put him on this list. The thing is, yeah, I know he was really bad in the last game mix. His statistics are still pretty much almost the same on this list. 0.5 expected goals. So they dropped a little bit, obviously, since the start of the season because what Salah was doing in the start in the season of the season was really not normal, and obviously his XG is that high. Also because he scored a lot of penalties. Let's be honest, in the last game weeks, but he's still Mohamed Salah. He's still gonna score. I know that maybe I said that a lot of times in the recent weeks. Yeah, he was a frustrating player to own and to captain in the last game mix, but he's gonna play against West Ham at home. That's a great fixture. He's gonna do just fine, I think. And again, that's just if you really wanna not captain a double gimmick player for some reason. I think that Salah is also a viable option. He's the highest point earner this season, so you couldn't get go wrong if you really want to captain him. If you think that Salah is gonna score a hat trick, just captain him. But again, I would try to captain someone like Isak. Now, obviously, you could captain someone like Bukayo Saka if you want, someone like Marmoush, but the risk is just too much for Bukayo Saka. We don't know if he's gonna play or if he's gonna be rested, so I would try to captain a double gaming player. That would be my advice. Now, again, thank you so much for watching. I don't know how long this video was. My team selection for Gaming 32 is gonna be up tomorrow morning, hopefully. Now, in the comments, please let me know if you like this format, if you want to add something, if you want to see not so many statistics, if you want to see other statistics, please let me know. If you want if you want me to make this weekly content, and yeah, if you have other ideas also. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, it really means a lot to me. And yeah, consider leaving a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new, and if you enjoy this type of content, and I'm gonna see you next time. Bye.